Okay guys, I wanted to show you our new 160 acre parcel that we have available. This is a 160 acre ranch in Box Elder County, Utah. I'm going to just try and zoom out real quick for you so you can see where it's located. So it is in the northwest part of Utah. So you can see there's Utah here. There's Salt Lake and Ogden. It's just west of Salt Lake and Ogden. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and just show you guys kind of the area and what's around. So as you can see, just south of the property is West Wendover. And if you're not familiar with Wendover, it's a pretty good size. It's a pretty good sized town. It does have some casinos, restaurants, hotels. Obviously shopping. It's a pretty good sized city. So that is just south of the property. So that gives you kind of an idea of the city. So let me go back to the map, show you kind of an overview. So here's the property up here, 160 acres. South is Wendover. If you go really far west, you could go into Elko, or obviously if you go east, you'll be in Salt Lake City. So that is where the property is located. So let's zoom in a little bit and I'll just kind of show you the area. So it is close to the city of Lucin, which is an old railroad town. In fact, I believe the railroad line is right here, and it continues to go. It maybe comes up here. I can't remember exactly, but it's right there where the promontory point, where the golden spike was put in with the railroad. So let me see if I can find that. I don't see that. Anyway, so basically, Lucin was an old railroad town. The railroad tracks go right through it. I'm going to click on that and show you kind of a picture of what the area looks like. So as you can see, it's kind of some grassy lands. It does have some sagebrush in the area, but mostly this is pretty much what it looks like, just nice and flat. Um, Here's a little sign in Lucin that kind of gives you the history of it. It's pretty cool. It's got some pretty cool history to it. And there are some ponds in the area. You can't really see them too well here, but there are some ponds and some springs in the area that you can get some water from if you need to. So, oh, and there also is a Lucin airport. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. Let me zoom in here. See if we can find the airport. There is an airport, oh, right here, close by as well. Obviously, this is just a little, basically landing strip if you happen to have an airplane. So, there is a little tiny airport in Lucin. So the property is just located just really close to Lucin. I'm going to zoom out again real quick, kind of show you there is a Highway 30 here, which is what you would be able to come in on to access your property, which is a paved highway. Let me see if I can go to Street View and show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so this will give you kind of another idea of what the surrounding area looks like. So basically, you would come in on Highway 30, go off on this dirt road, which I believe is Grouse Creek Road, and that would take you to your property, which is just over these hills. So I'm going to zoom back out and show you a little bit more of the area. So if I zoom out, you will see your property. I'm going to go this way so it's north, this towards the top. So here's the 160 acres. Just north of the property is a town called Grouse Creek. I'm going to zoom into Grouse Creek just to kind of give you an idea. There is a post office there. It's just a small little farming town. Whoops, let's zoom in here. And there is a really small grocery store right here. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. Okay, yeah, so there's just a really small grocery store and gas, to get some gas if you needed to get it in the area. So just a really small rural town, a little farming town. So that is just north of the 160 acre ranch. Zoom back out here. There's also this little city called Montello, which is kind of like almost similar to Grouse Creek. It's just a really small town. There's a post office there as well. There are some ranches in the area. You got the Winnicup Gamble Ranch, and then just south of your property is TL Bar Ranch. See if there's any pictures of that. I don't know if there are. Doesn't look like there are. Oh yeah, the sun tunnels. I want to show you what these sun tunnels are. So really close to Lucin, you can see here, just south of that are the sun tunnels. And these are basically like land art that somebody had basically just put out in the middle of the desert. It's these huge cement cylinders that the sun goes through the middle of them during the summer solstice and the winter solstice. So it's a pretty cool little piece of art out in the middle of the desert for you to look at. But I do want to go back to this picture to show you kind of the background scenery. This is pretty typical of the area. You have nice big mountains. Obviously, you do get snow in the winter there. So it just kind of just shows you a little bit of what the area looks like. So now that you kind of have an idea of the area, let's take a little bit closer look at the actual property. So you can see here's Lucin. This is a really nice dirt road right here. And the way you would access the property is by taking these dirt roads. There's lots of little dirt roads, but you take this one right here, and then this road right here, as you can see, winds up around, kind of hugs this little stream or river, and goes right up into the property there, you can see. So it does have really good access. You can get there easily from Highway 30 and then get on the dirt road and pretend you're going to Lucin, and then you can just get off and go onto your property. So 160 acres is a really big piece of land. It's perfect, if you just want to get away out in this area. 160 acres you can build on, so you can put a cabin or a house or a tiny house, a trailer, whatever you want on it. It does look like there's a little creek coming through here called Thousand Springs Creek, which does look like would be inside your property, or at least part of it. Let's zoom back out, we can see here. Yeah, it does look like the creek runs through the property. Also, if I zoom in, I'm not sure what this is right here. To me, it looks like a spring of some sort because it's green, and then it looks like maybe there might be a little bit of water. So there could be a spring on the property. I'm just not 100% sure because I haven't actually been to the property, so that's something you'd have to look into. But to me, it does look like a little spring of some sort. So let's give you a 360-degree view of your property so you can kind of get an idea of what the area looks like. So you can see you're not too far away from Highway 30. Let's see. There's that main Grouse Creek Road. It's a really good maintained road. Let's see. There's Lucin, not too far away, like I said, and then the sun tunnels are out there. But this is what I want to show you are these mountains. So you would have a really great view of Bald Eagle Mountain, and then off in the distance you would have a view of Pilot Peak. I'm going to show you some pictures of Pilot Peak because it's a pretty cool mountain. So there is a picture of Pilot Peak, which I believe you'd be able to see from your property. It's a really cool mountain. So your property is kind of over in this area, but kind of gives you an idea of what the scenery and what everything looks like in the area. So that's should give you a pretty good idea of what the area and what the property looks like. Once again, I'll zoom out for you. You can kind of see how big that 160 acres is. You are close to the highway. I mean, this would be a great property if you're just looking to get away for the weekend. So once again, this is 160 acres in Box Elder County, Utah. These properties, like I said, we really don't get them very often, and they do go pretty fast when we do have them come up available. So if it looks like it's something you're interested in, go ahead and contact us so we can make sure to, we can work with you. We can do some seller financing, or we can offer you a discount if you want to pay cash. So go ahead and contact us if you have any questions, and we will go from there. So thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.